Hey everybody. So today we're going to do some more Christmas cards. This one's a vintage Christmas, and of course it's going to be a 3D card. And if you can't tell, it's all pastels. This one's either going to have a waterfall folio with it, and I don't have everything quite prepped yet, as you can tell. I actually came live early so you can see components that I normally already have over to the side for you. These are pretty. Even though I cut these out, I'm like, ooh, 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 as I'm looking at them, because they're all so pretty patterns. I specifically love the gold and white personally. But anyway, I am Christy with Christi Creations, and a mixed media artist and an ambassador of Papercraft Socials, and that is why I have access to these files. I don't know about y'all, but I know it may be early, but I'm starting prepping Christmas already. But that may be because of what I do. And it's not everyone who does Christmas prep way early. So as you can see, I'm kind of separating right now, because that is always the first thing you want to do when you get something given to you, especially if it's pre-cut. Now, if you're cutting yourself, you do need to leave these tabs on. There's a reason for them, and you will find out in a few minutes. So I'm actually going to be trying Barely Art in another glue container, because I am having to, out of curiosity, to see if it will help any or not. And we will go from there. Some more tags. Where did I put my tags? I'm putting my pockets on my tag section. Lovely. But anyway, the first thing we're going to do is start with these two trees. As you can tell, I already have them double cut out. And we have a nice paper, one of the papers already pulled. First off, I'm making sure the pattern goes the correct way. We are going to remember their edging is there, so we're going to just flip it over and put them down and glue them down. You can use a glue stick, double-sided tape, tape runner, or even liquid glue. So I've had this here with me as my Sweet Petunia brand, and I put Barely Art glue in, and I may put a little too much in. We're going to find out here in a minute. It's something I've not used before, and adding different glue than the brand itself that it comes with. So we'll find out when we get there. But right now we have some trees to put down on another piece of paper, if I am making sense at all. So I'm going off the edging with just my double-sided tape, like I always do, to make sure everything is good to go. Now, if you hear some thumping around besides the normal cutting machine I have running out all the time, my puppy is playing behind me. No clue. He's in his pop-up crate, so it's a fabric crate, and he is literally rolling around in it. Don't ask me why, but that's what he's doing. So I got one of these done. Now it's glued. I'm just going to put it in, remembering I have to stay away from my edging to that certain point, because I don't have one of those nice printers that does it all. It's way to the edge. So let's get this next one done. So as you can see, you can make sure your glue stick does this. I know that, but I have learned just having this little extra helps a lot. Okay, I'm gonna run that up there. All right. Oh, I did miss a little spot right there. Okay. I'm sticking my hands to my thing so I can hold it. Normally I would not do that, but I want to make sure it does not move, and I'm on a silicone mat. And if you're not new with me, you've heard me talk about the silicone mat multiple times before. It is a lifesaver for me, as how often I craft. So let me drop this one down. Okay, now they're glued down to the pattern paper. I will be pausing and I'll be back for y'all in no time, me a little bit, and I will have these cut. Give me a moment. And just like that, I'm back and they're cut. Now you have to admit that did save us a ton of time on not y'all having to watch me cut, because that was seconds for y'all, or actually no time for y'all, truthfully, and multiple times for me. So I'm going to head and fold the brown tab back and have it ready to go. The reason why I do this ahead of time after I cut, because sometimes even if I'm very diligent, they will separate, and I want to catch that early, not late. So because if I catch it now, it gives it time to reset before I'm ready to use these. Or if I waited to fold till I'm ready to use these and they popped loose, which thankfully these did not, would cause issues. But this gives you an idea of the front of the card. Now this is a perfect time if you want to add some bling to this, glitter, diamond dust, or something else. Go ahead and do it now. So you can set it aside and let it sit for a bit. But right now, you have a pink, big, half kind of circle-ish thing, and matching ones with tabs. You're going to fold the tabs where the tabs will fold. So this is going to be our outer side. So you're literally going to put the tab there and where it will fold like that. So this will be the kind of back front. So right now we're going to fold these tabs because we need to get them in place. And what I'm trying to describe will make a lot more sense later. There's one. Now let's do the other one. There's two. So I'm having to use my brain power here for a second. This will glue on this side where it will fold in like this. So we're putting the tape on the brown and then lining it up. Yes, it took me a second to use my brain power to remember how I needed to explain to y'all what we're doing. Now, if you want the other side out, and so the side I'm showing you, go for it. This does not have to be my way. My way is a guide line, or however you want to call it, for y'all. So I have that one now. Press down and pull it back up. And let's do the other side as well. Now, yep, that is the correct side, Christy. I'm so used to doing it differently, I'm questioning myself. I do apologize if I'm confusing y'all by questioning myself, but I need to do that. Because even though I know what I'm doing and then also questioning yourself come hand in hand at times. So I think that's right. I'm going to press it. I'm going to flip. I am slightly off. So we're going to pull carefully up. The downside is sometimes I didn't press hard, so I was hoping it didn't stick good, and of course this time it did. So I'm going to put this on this way. You're going to laugh. Push it where it literally lines up, and then I'm going to push the top, and no matter what I'm doing, I'm getting the bottom off. Okay. Bottom is right, so let's pull it out again and line it back up. Okay, there we go. All right, now we have our outers. It's not perfect, and you can fix that later. Now, I'm not using inking for edging. You may want to. But our next component, before we do anything on the inside, is adding our trees. So I have my one I'm adding right here. I have it lined up, pushed in, and I'm going to open up, and I'm going to run my tape runner. Now I'm going to push it over, and we have one of our trees done. Now we're going to do the other side. The exact same thing. I'm going to start on the outside. And now I'm going to see, for some reason they're going to overlap a little. I may not have folded right. I may not have done a million hundred things right. I don't know. But they look like they match. I'm happy. I'm going to get that side I've already glued out of the way. I'm going to flip upside down because I am left-handed and get to the side I need and do the glue double the taping again and press down. So these are as close as they're going to get because I'm not going to undo, but that gives you an idea of the Christmas tree. But now we have all our seam lines inside. Those are actually easy fixes. You have more styles of the same shapes. These just don't have tabs that you literally are just going to line up. And I'm seeing if it's a seamless pattern or not before I glue, because sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. And this one is. So if you look here across, point it right here. These literally line up. Now here's the catch. You don't have to worry about that pattern. Some people do, some people don't. So that's what I'm going to do first. Since I'm wanting to actually worry about the pattern, I'm going to put my big piece. I'm going to start over here on my left and work, and then right, and then the middle. I'm going to tape my double tape runner around the edge and glue stick in the middle, and then do my very best to line that up. It's not always easy. It's not always the most fun thing in the world, but creating is fun in the end. So, this side's ready. I can't hold on to anything. So what I will do is I'm going to start here at the bottom. I'm going to line it up on the side and then press it down. Now it looks pretty good to me. I don't have too much showing on the other side, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to flip over and do the other. If you hear a little grrring, my puppy has decided the shadows on the wall are fun to growl at all at once for some reason. I don't know why. Or he may be hearing the wind that I just heard. Which could easily do it if it's making a whistling noise that I'm not hearing. And we all know they have different hearing than the rest of us. Alrighty. So we're going to start at the bottom again, even though I'm doing this upside. I'm going to turn it sideways. trying to get that corner started. Okay, got the bottom. Got it lined up to my best of my ability. And it's not even going to close with where I just pressed it, of course. I'll have to, let's see if I can pull it up at all. Come on. The good side and the downside of what I'm working with, because some things would not pull up as easily as other things. Okay, that's a little not as far over this time, so I'm happy with it. So let's pull this middle one out. And I'm going to hand fold and double check that crease line. It may curve a little, but that's okay. So now we're doing this big one right here. And this is where it might be good to run some inking on those edges before you glue this down or anything down on here. So they just show through just a little. They're covered. I'm going to go ahead and do my tape runner. And run this all over the place. Okay, I'm happy with that. Except it don't feel sticky in one spot. Hold on. Yeah, I know I did put tape there. That was I just ran glue there. That's weird. Okay. We're gonna just line it up to our best of our abilities again. Drop it. And we'll see how well we did. I'm not gonna try to fix that little bit. I may come back, I'll come back and cut, and I may try to add a little ink if I can find something that will look good with this that does not look rusted, but that's my choicing. Okay, so we have things to do. I'm gonna start over here where we're going to use the waterfall cards, and you have one that is a little odd that will go right here underneath the waterfall to make an extra little pocket for y'all. So these are the waterfalls. What you're going to do is fold each tab down. So there's one. There's two. Three, 4, and a 5. Okay. I know I was probably off screen for most of those foldings, but anyways, you can see it's a pattern of every other one. And I don't see a 6th one in my pile, so I'm thinking it was only 5. So you're going to get them all the way up to where you can start with 1. And you're going to glue it down, do a little space, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All the way down. So let's see how high I want to do this. I don't feel comfortable any higher than that. Personally, that's my choice. Now, I'm going to show you, when I do the waterfalls, I leave slight half a space in between. That gives it a small gap to work on. And there we are with that one. And you notice I'm not getting perfect lines. I'm not going to stress over that. I would used to, but not anymore. All right, got 3 done. And we're going to put it again, stagger just slightly. And we're pushing it down. And we're going to repeat with 4 and 5. And I might want to put the lid on my glue stick. Four. And now number 5 and the last one we're putting down, unless I find a 6 that I missed. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to take this little piece here and we're going to glue that right there. Before we do that, I'm going to flip over to the back here and we're going to decorate it real quick. We have 2 units that will go on each side, like so. And we're going to see how this glue squeeze works. Because my hand was hurting on squeezing a bottle, so we're trying something different today. Okay. I'm just going to hold it upside down. I should put the lid back on, but I'm not going to. Okay, we'll press that one down. Now let's do the other side. I am barely pressing with my thumb. And this is barely art in this glue gun style. And it is working amazing. I wish I had switched sooner instead of stubbornly keep pushing on my barely art bottle. But today my hands were no-goes, and so I wanted to try something that I had in my collection that if I was going to choose to offer to recommend to others, I wanted to be able to offer it. So now we're going to flip back while that sits. We're going to do the 2 corners on this piece, and we're going to put it right down here. And it's going to make another little pocket. This does come with a case. I'm just being to hold it if you don't want to put the lid back on every time. But with the way I'm moving right now, I'm just going to sit it there. Okay. Now we have the rest of these to do across the board. So I'm going to take a minute and put the lid back on. So it does not clog up. And this is a twist lid, so it's a lot easier. Than trying to get a pin and stuff in. Okay. We have 2 pockets with cutouts on them, 2 pockets like this, and 2 pockets folios to use. So what are we going to use and where? When you have too many choices is the issue. I think I may stick one of these out in the back. And I may not use the other one of those. I really want to use the Santa and the snowman. And if I double these up and put these right here, that creates 4 pockets. Or I can put one of them here, one there, and make one of our envelopes and put there, and that makes an extra thing. Or the envelope can go there. I kind of like that style there. This leaves one, and if I had not already glued it, I probably would glue that there, but I already had the other one glued. So I'm not going to go over pulling that up and re-gluing, but this is an optional glue. Or if you wanted to, I could do the snowman by itself and double that up, and that even gives us another pocket. Too many decisions here. So basically you're going to glue pockets down and our envelopes now to finish your design. I will come out when come back on and show you one later with I've come bling it out. But now I'm going to wrap up the video because I have all these fussy cuts to figure out and all of these tags to use as well. But I don't want to influence how you decorate as I've decorated a certain way. So I hope this gave you some ideas and y'all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, please drop them below. Also, please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in a future video. Bye, everybody.